Nope, I can't see. Awesome. Who? Who? Just share. Okay. Well, that going. So, welcome back to another day of making games with
Scott the Machine.
we'll be finishing up uh, or well, continuing our resource management and things like that. Um, I added a little bit more detail to the scenes so we have something a little bit more pleasing to look at, and it'll just be kind of a funner uh, visual experience for everyone. And today I'm using my new mic, which I'm ecstatic about because now you guys can hear me crystal clear in all of my Scooty glory. So, um, just make sure. Cool. Okay, got everything open I need, and we're just gonna keep moving forward from the progress we made. I did introduce a couple bugs last night when I was still working off screen. Um, Something with the ground. Every time I do an action, it will just bug out. I think it has to do with the collisions that I have on my character. As you can see, I have a little rig right here, and we have this kind of capsule collider down here. I am trying to figure out where that's coming from, um, and hopefully we can, you know, get that kind of taken care of. Uh, yeah, I'm just gonna have to kind of find where that's coming from and adjust it. Uh, let's see here. I think what I'm gonna have to do is move the collider. Let's see here. We got the perfect look at. We have the IK handle. Let's just kind of thin this out a little bit, and I'm not sure where this other uh, like collider is coming from because I select everything. It looks like it's coming from this character, but that's the only other collider I see on here is this. I did throw a character controller on here, but we don't actually need it. Do continuous, and then let's see here. Let's just like move this radius down just a bit and see if that helps. But as you can see, the scene looks a lot better. I mean, it's not great. This is still just a test scene. Cool. We can pull that out. Oh, looks like we can slice our way into the life of the tree. So that's not so great. And it looks like we fell through. So let's increase this up just like to 50. Well, let's just do a radius of 1. Let's look at our spheres. Offset feet. Okay. Okay, so this is for the feet. Let's just move this up, like right there. Maybe. And yeah, let's just try these settings out and see where this gets us. So it looks like I can kind of go through things. Just not a fan of any of that. But, oh, let's move. So I did also change a setting in here, which will adjust the rotation. This will just make it easier to see. Rotation, speed. Let's just move this up to like 20. So that it's a little bit less lagged out. What I'm going to end up doing, so, you know, let's say somebody's walking this way, okay? They're going towards you, but then they want to go the exact opposite direction. They're not going to just do like a quick, like, 180. They're going to do a kind of a round. So, I mean, this does start to feel a little bit better. So, a little bit quick for me. Let's try like 10. This one kind of looks like we're like floating on the ground. I mean, Yeah, I don't think we are, but let's change the movement acceleration to like 80. Like this rotation speed is just way too quick. So let's just do like 2. And just up it up. That's too slow. Do 5. There we go. I mean, that feels a little bit better, and this will make it easier for us to control. I do need to add like a forward force so that it doesn't look like the person's like skating when they're turning. But I think this feels a little bit better. Okay, cool. Let's just copy component and paste that in so we have that saved. Also, let's check out the walk speed as well, just because, you know, might run into some issues here. Walk speed. Yeah, it looks like we're a little bit too quick. So that feels pretty decent. Doesn't look like our character's sliding as much. Let's do like 0.9. Okay, I like that. Now for the run, I think the run feels pretty decent. Let's just jump this back up to 90. So it looks like we have a bit of a delay from going to 0 state to moving. So until we're like actually moving. I mean, this isn't the end of the world right now. We can adjust some more of this later. But I'm liking how got this kind of subtle movement. It doesn't feel like we're 100% going in the direction that we need. Like very quickly. So I like that. That looks pretty good. Just copy component and paste component values. Now we're going to just jump back in again and just keep going back and forth on this, adjusting some of the values, and kind of go from there. Let's see here. Okay. Hey man, how you doing? You enjoying the? I know you've jumped in a couple times. Um, you liking the video so far? What do you feel about everything? The game's coming along pretty good. Just threw in some just a small little scene so I can test everything out. Like I had a build environment originally, and then I ended up that was more like for building out functionality. This scene is more for testing out game loop and kind of messing around with some of the dynamics of the game loop. So, and right now I've got like a little controller for our menu scene, and we can like select like outpost, and then we can go and place the outpost around. I added in some finer tooth controls. I think that the rotation's still a little bit quick trying to place things when I go from left or right. So it's just kind of like, you know, is what it is right now. But I can place those and then keep on keeping on. Looks like there's a bit of a texture malfunction with the fence itself. I think I accidentally overwrote one of the fence types. So I'll have to go in and fix that, but this isn't actually bad as a textural value either. But have a nice little fence that we can put down. We can build out some, just put a monastery down somewhere. Just put it down over here. And then we have like a market we can place down. Just put that down this way. And we can put like large shirts down. I'm gonna have to make like a, oh, that's not a large shirt. Well, we can place everything down. And kind of go from there. So, yeah. But yeah, just taking each day one day at a time and moving forward. So, it looks like our collisions worked out pretty well for that. Let's go in and try to attack some of the trees and whatnot. I think the collision issue I was having earlier is not a problem anymore, which is great because don't want that to be a main issue with everything. So I got like a million tabs open. Let's see what my Chrome is yelling at us right now. Cool. That should free up some of our resources. These oops. And of course I open up the most ridiculously expensive CPU cost ever. Okay. So yeah, we should be good here. Okay. Hey, we got our little dagger. Let's go in and start attacking. Oh yeah. Nice. Let's get something else. Yeah, a little battle axe. That's still just as slow. Oh, that's my ballista. Okay, cool. Here's my favorite one. Yeah, it doesn't look like we're destroying resources right now. Let's see what is going on. Go to our character. Does the gold not have a destructible class on it? It does. Oh, I just have a bit more that I have to. Cool. Drop some coins. Awesome. Okay, so that's an issue. You shouldn't be able to just like glitch onto the actual tree. So let's bring our tree in here. Just have to go into our prefabs, resource, and we'll go into our trees real quick. So I think to fix this, what I'll end up doing is I'll probably just increase this collider right here so that we're not jumping up on the tree. I think part of what that problem is since the LOD is changing based on our distance, it's changing up the mesh, but with this parent object it shouldn't be an issue. But we'll increase the radius of this a little bit so that we're kind of messing around with that, and then we'll just kind of re-centralize this. And hopefully this will take care of the problem that we're having with jumping up on trees. Let's see here. Also, I'm gonna move this down because I think what's happening too is like we're rolling into it. So I'm just gonna make sure that's a 90, good 90-degree angle for us. And we'll just say that's the distance we want them to be from there. I still need to shift this over too. Oh my goodness. Okay, cool. Let's save this. We'll move this from the scene and let's find out. Okay. So we'll pull out our sword real quick. Go in attacking. I think part of this is... Oh. Okay, so we just completely, like, walked into it. Let's see what LOD we have right now for this specific object. Also looks like we have, like, 2 trees right here, so that's not ideal. Oh my god. There we go. So it's like my Unity scene likes to bug out a little bit. So I think we got just trapped in between those two. Let's just try another one. We're not gonna have trees on top of each other, so let's just try a good test case versus trying to guess if it was the collider or not. Okay. So, yeah, I'm going to have to work on how these kind of get spawned out, but... Okay, it's like I get sucked into the collider. Maybe. Yeah, because, I mean, like, the collider is literally the size of my person. Maybe it's because as I'm walking, I'm forcing it into the collision, and then it's getting stuck into the collider, which might be the same issue that we're having when we get stuck on top of the tree, is I'm forcing it into the object. So, it's just, yeah, I'll just thin that out a little bit more, and let's see, got my LOD. LOD1, 0, and oh, LOD2. That might be okay. So my LOD2 should be this one. Do that. So 1, 2, and 3. Okay. Sweet. That might have been why we're running into that, but just kind of go from there. Okay, let's remove this from the scene. We'll just let that spawn in and do its thing. Okay. Just gonna do some stretches while we're waiting for it. There we go. Cool. Okay, so we're still like ending up on top of this. That should not be happening, but at least we're not getting stuck anymore. And cool. Okay. Let's see. So we have I think this might be an issue with our super character controller. Um, Maybe it's because I changed this to discrete. Or, sorry, to continuous. Just going to keep looking through and find out what the root cause. But yeah, I changed it to continuous earlier, and it might be just reading a bit too much than what we actually want. We will find out. No, still running into that. Okay, well, this is a little bit bigger issue that I'm not going to get into at this moment, because what I really want to do is to finish up our resource management. We can figure this out later for that, because I'm going to be changing up this character controller quite a bit, and I just want to save that all for one go because I want to put in Unity's character control, and with that you can signify like slope limit and things like this, for what you can move around with. Plus, I was explaining earlier a little bit, is if you're, moving forward and you want to go the exact opposite way, you're not going to just do like a flip. You're going to do kind of like a curve walking. So right now it's just kind of like it rotates the character based off of the speed, and we don't really want that. We want kind of a forward motion happening while we're moving. So that's for another day, but let me just put that into my GitHub right quick, just as one of the many things that we have to do for this game. Okay, got that. and then we'll do fix.
I'm gonna order groceries. Is there anything you want included? I got you a ravioli and
Yeah.
I got you bacon. No bacon.
Bag of fruit, frozen.
Oh, do you have a second to help me find what you want? I'll bring my iPad.
Yeah. I will be right back. I will just do a short intermission, and we can go from there. Let me just make sure everything's switched over. Okay, I am back. I'm back. Whew. Oh man, I missed you, Floppy. I missed you. Let's see if you're still in here. It might tell me you are. It might tell me you're not. I don't know. All I see is how many viewers. One. Ah, man. Am I right? Am I right? Oh, it says I have two. Is there a floppy in here? Do I see any floppy? I'm just gonna flopping. Let me put out. Oh yeah, floppy. Where are you? We got some flopping fish in here. All up on. Give me some floppy. Give me them flopping fish. So, also, if y'all didn't know, if you are on Twitch and let's just test this out. So we'll do cold. Let's see if this will. Ooh yeah. So yep, it changed it. Nice. Woo, 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 woo. If you do, let's see if we got. Oh yeah, fire. We'll see some fire in here. You know, it's gonna get real hot. This is a hot take. Yeah, if you got any hot takes, just you know, type in fire and go ham. Let's see. We got just looking through the list. Flare Ghost. Illuminati. We got Illuminati. Just type in into chat with the exclamation point, and then you'll have some hot takes to Lulz. We got Lulz heart. Lol. Yeah. Let me do lol. Ho ho ho! We got them lols on. Okay. And then it's just on for a couple seconds. So feel free to type in chat, go crazy, have fun with it, you know. Here's the entire list of things you can type, and then we can just kind of go from there. Boom. Let's see if it does all of them. Yeah. So that's all the ooh, we got PogChamp. Let's get some PogChamp. PogChamp all up in here. Let's see. Pog. Yeah. Anyway, have fun with that. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna keep on doing, because you know we gotta just keep on keeping on. Is yeah, okay, I left off with the character controller bit, which we're not going to be worrying about today. But we will, let's see, prefabs. Okay, let's button out our building canvas. So the building canvas will pop up. We'll have stuff we can build. So let's just look at all our buildings real quick. We've got a market, a monastery, smithing. Smithing needs to be there's something that happens when it pops into scene. Resource building UI and UI panel. Does the monastery doesn't have any issue with that. For some reason, smithing. Let's just test this out. Let's go through each one by one and see if there's any bugs that pop up with our placement. So okay, cool. So we'll build our market real quick, right quick, and just fell through the ground. Okay, let's do this again. I added in the terrain so that we would have a little bit something, you know, nice to somewhat look at. And I just quickly put it together so it has some visual appeal. Get them appeals in here, you know, like you're gonna appeal in court. You're gonna appeal a banana, which we have some bananas. I think there's a banana. Let's see, is there any bananas? There's tacos, there's strawberries. We're gonna appeal out in our police car. We're gonna appeal out in our motorbike. And we're gonna appeal out of Earth when an asteroid comes rocking on in. So those are all the places you can appeal at. Okay, so smithing, yes, there is a issue. So let's see what it is looking for. Building. There's some sort of null. Oh, this is just stupid issue. Okay. So problem with this is that let's just go to our okay. So it doesn't like the mesh for this. That we currently have. So we'll have, you know, we have the sphere collider. Yep. We have our building. So BPS tree. We're just going to remove component. Remove component. Well, see, we have a mesh. It's showing the mesh right here. Why don't we have a mesh for our stuff? Oh, it's probably because this doesn't actually have a mesh on it. So we'll just remove that.
I just realized we should probably help the person because the elevator's still out. There'll probably be one.
Okay. So I'll have to step away in a while, maybe like an hour or something like that, because we got our food ordered. Should probably, yeah, and our elevator's out, so like, yeah, that's a whole thing. So we'll look at the smithing. We got ourselves resource manager. Well, let's see. Let's see if all that works. I did take this over to the smithing. I'm gonna smith it. I'm gonna smith our smither. They call me Agent Smith. I don't have any glasses. Man, that'd be awesome. Just a bunch of glasses. We can make it rain. We can make it rain. Okay. Enough with the little filter BS. Delete. And okay. Karate kick our placements into place. Scare them into the position they need to be in. Okay. Oh, of course. I got stuck in the building while I'm testing. Yay! Yay! Woo, 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 woo. Mm. Okay, cool. Smithing works. Awesome. Awesome. Wall. Okay, so wall is in here. We can destroy the wall instantly when we place it. Sweet. It did like rotate the wall, so I'm gonna have to see what happened here. But I mean, like, this is pretty cool. And it drops a resource that we will never be able to pick up. Outpost. Cool. Place that. Large turret. That is not a large turret. Okay. So, two things. Let's fix the fence. Because I don't like having to. We got bases on our base. Oh man. Sometimes you gotta make yourself laugh and then watch everybody else cringe. So we're looking at our buildings. Defense. Okay. Cool. So first we have a small turret. We have our wooden tower, which I'm gonna name like a large turret, or yeah, whatever. It doesn't matter because names could be whatever they want to be. Okay, so let's look at our wall defense. This had, I mean, I kind of like what's going on here. It's just, it's not textured in this manner. New material 1. So, we go into our materials. Or open up our Visual Studio because it felt left out. Materials. Let's see. Do material. We'll do actually, it doesn't matter. So I'm just gonna select material. Fence. Cool. So I'm going to just going to select everything. Beyond, they have the fence on here. Oh, it's really going to make us do this, isn't it? Okay. Whoa. Just make sure don't run into any issues with that stuff. This is the one thing that I really like about development. Like, something's ugly until it's not. And yeah, like, you can just kind of, like, something looks nice when it looks nice. It's not gonna look like anything else other than like a crappy game until it isn't. But you know, this is what I still I really like. What I love this broken look. I'll probably go in and see what we can do about messing around with that later on. Because that could be an interesting thing. Like as time goes on, maybe a fence gets a little bit worn. You have almost like a in the game Caesar, there was aspect of the game that like you had to build like these proctors or something like that, and they would go through and like beautify an area, and also like, well, I think that, you know what, they might have been called engineers, which I mean, we do have engineers in our game, and they will kind of be doing the same thing. But we'll have to see what we could possibly do with that. But basically, what they did was they just improved things. You know, like they improved it and that was it. Like things had like a wear over time, which I thought was pretty cool. You know, there could be some symmetry in this. This looks a little bit too nice, but I like it. So. Just apply all those changes. And, okay, so that's taken care of. Get rid of that. Go into our character. Our character. El character. And we will just let's get some light on the situation. There we go. So I don't blend into the background every 2 seconds. Wallpaper. I'm like a chameleon. Now you see me? No. Oh, okay. That didn't work so well. But, so we have yeah, I totally did have so I'm gonna turn on the audio real quick too, just to hear, make sure that everything's coming through good. And you know, I'm just gonna make sure that yeah, we're all good here. Just gonna optimize this a little bit more because my main voice is, you know, could be amplified a little bit. Let's see this. Just testing that out. Awesome. So my gain could definitely go down, but we can just keep going. Sweet. Now, just turn my desktop audio back on, just so when we're talking and whatnot. So what we'll be able to do is okay. Sorry. We got this. We got this, guys. What we're gonna do is go to our character controller, and we have we have our market. Let's just open up our building panel real quick. Make sure that we're naming things respectively based on what we're going to have here, because this order isn't going to change, but it's going to be something that we are interacting with. So we have character controller. I'll just that. So we have our market, monastery, smithing, wall, outpost, large turret. Okay. So large turret. We're gonna unlock this so it doesn't like switch up on us. Go into our prefabs, our buildings, and then we'll do our oh man, what do we want here? We want our defense. That's what we're looking for. And then we'll do the small turret. We'll do the tower. We have our wall defense. We have our wall. The gate. And this is going to get definitely switched up, but we're just again making sure that everything looks nice when it's getting placed down and whatnot. We'll have our trade depot. We'll have our woodshed. This will be used for just like quick placement around the world. So it's like not something you necessarily need to defend, but your traders will come to those along the way. Our market. Actually, this should go in place of that market because this is like version 2. And then we'll have our, let's bring in, let's see what we got here. That was not the new version of that, so yeah, this is right here. Nice. Yeah. So this definitely needs a little bit more like work to it, but aka this texture right here is just not anything that would be what we want to use. Just create a quick texture for this. Materials. We'll do like well, just make it look like a bit wood-ish. So yeah, there we go. I mean, it could all be made out of wood. Let's go to our prefab that we have for buildings, defense, and then we'll do our wall defense. Bring that in. And then fence wood. Just select this material. And let's just bring this onto this. Oh, that didn't actually look good at all. Let's see, because like I have a nice material in here. We have the like stone chimney look. Let's select material. No. Okay, well I'm probably gonna have to go in and yeah, this doesn't look like it was unwrapped at all. So we'll just keep it like this for right now. I mean, it matches it, so I'll have to unwrap that. Let me just add that to my list of things that need to be done. Silo. Okay. Okay, doke. Artichoke. So, let us go back into our prefabs, our buildings, and bring this to our granary. Cool. And we can get rid of this. Well, actually, we can get rid of all of these, because we don't need them. Now, back to the character. We have the market, one, okay, and then we'll do our granary. After that, we have our farm and our. Wait, so we have like a meat farm. And then like a little veggie farm. The veggie farm could definitely have like the dirt moved down just a little bit because it looks a little bit like it's just chilling. Let's see here. Yeah, probably gonna have to put like some sort of like edge here for like to make it like sink in. But let me just bring that dirt down just a little bit farther. Right. And then we'll just go in here. That's got to go back up. Okay. Cool. Yeah, you know, okay, like this is just ridiculous. Like, every change that I make, there we go. Yeah, it's still gonna have some bleed through. There we go. I mean, that's about as low as we can go with this at this point. have it autosave, and yeah, I mean, yeah, it's okay if some of the grass is kind of like sticking out of it. That actually adds a nice little like feel. Looks like some weeds are starting up in your farm. Okay. Okay. Vegetables. Okay. Cool. And then we'll also just rename this too. For the like, it's not a meat. Meat. We still have some like functionality that we have to add to these, but we'll be okay. And cool. Now we can bring those into our character. Awesome, sawsome. We have a bunch of buildings in our sawsome. Okay, cool. For our meat. Now, let's make sure these, I'll say what we need them to for right now. We're gonna have more items, but we're just working with this base because there's already quite a bit that we have to like get through in terms of making sure everything works together. So okay, what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna take a quick screenshot of our ordering, our space-time ordering. So we can know what we needed to do for that. I mean, ideally, these would be like coupled in the manner of building construction order would be driven by the market. That's just not quite how we have it set up today. So smithing, wall defense. Okay. Oh yeah, wall defense. So I've been calling this outpost, but we'll call this wall defense. Oh, I didn't change over here I didn't put a big turret there. Let's sure we got another thing we can put in here. Well, we don't. So this is the issue I was literally just talking about with the ordering of things. It should just be driven by this and what we can build. So instead, just call this meh right now. Let's see, we have wall defense, building. Let's call it. We can like maybe call that like a house because it does look like a house. We'll just call this house because we do need house. Okay, house. We need you in ER. Stat. Give me them stats. Okay. Small turret. Ah, yeah. Okay. So we have small turret. We have large turret. We've got gate. Bill Gates came to the house. We have our trade depot. Got our wood shed. Got a market. Just say like market upgrade. We've got our granary. Yeah, that's totally butchered. Doesn't matter. We've got our veg farm. We have meat farm. And I feel like my little bleepy blops. Oh my gosh. No. The reason I'm keeping these panels right now, one for just extensibility, and then two, I have everything set up in a base of 8 for the width of these. So we start getting out of that, we're gonna run into some issues. Cool. I mean, like, yeah, just for our rows and our stuff. The rows are consistently 8 across. So let's see. Just make sure we're not getting any problems placing this stuff down. We'll just keep chugging along. Okay. Well, since I had that open, it's just open. So, cool. We have our little market. I'm gonna have to enable like double-sided facing for this. That looks pretty decent, you know. Can run through it all, so it doesn't even matter. But in the end, it doesn't even matter. Okay. And oh yeah, look at that. That looks so nice that that actually like works. This will be good for when, like, uh, obviously this is not what we want to put a building on top of a building, but you know, we'll be able to build some of this stuff out. I should probably add like some sort of like, well, I did not add a back button if I didn't want to place some things, so, ooh. Oh, okay, wall defense. Since I already had the wall. Let's do just a standard little house. We'll put one right here, and then we'll put one like right there. And then, yeah, when I mean these houses are like on top of each other. Then we have a small turret, so we'll put that over here. Cool. So I did make it so that you had to like, you know, this was all very far from, I mean, not very far, but like it's a distance. But I think I might decrease this range just a bit. The reason I gave such a buffer was, ooh, the gate. Put the gate right here. It doesn't matter. It doesn't even matter. Okay. Well, this is where snapping's going to come in handy as well. Maybe I start getting into the snapping. Make it snappy, Captain. Okay, cool. Got our trade depot. And again, setting these so that, like, I shouldn't be able to place on here. There's a couple rules that I need to put in place for all of this. And our woodshed. Just build that over here. Market upgrade. So this is the upgraded market. The granary. So this is where we're going to start getting into like our little bit of a sink for our space. I think this is like perfect size for like defending a small little space, you know? It takes a second to get from side to side. So, veg farms. Those are going to have to live outside here. So, I'd probably put like, I probably do. Maybe even just put one inside, but like put one right here. And then put another little veg farm right here. And this is where, you know, building out more defenses is going to become a thing. You know, and again, some sort of like snapping, like they shouldn't be able to overlap like this. And we'll just do one more veg farm just because So I wanted farms, like I wanted the size of these farms to feel like, hey, this is like, this is a resource that you have to have. Like you can't live without farms. So I wanted to make it a little bit difficult in size to uh, feel like, man, like this is going to be like I have to defend these. You know what I mean? Um, and then we got our little meat farms, which these are not nearly as big because animals actually can be pretty tightly compact. Um, I'm sure there's like going to be some sort of like benefit to having like pig farms and stuff near each other. I should put like same with like the granary. Like you don't want to place a granary right on top of a person's home. Um, so kind of just have to play around. Yeah, it's starting to feel like a nice little kingdom in a sense. I just like jumped through that. Yeah, I did. Okay, well, I think this has to do with that glitch I was talking about earlier. So yeah, we're getting to the point where everything's placing down pretty nicely. I do need to create the snapping mechanism. Maybe keep everything on a grid versus just free flowing. Um, I just don't like the idea of a grid, but I definitely think having some sort of like snap points, because we were able to build all this out, and like we can't have things like this happening along the way. Um, so, and I fell through the ground, but I built all this out by placing it as the character. Ran into something where I definitely needed to. Oh wow, that wasn't even the full space either. I probably could have gotten away with putting more in there. Let me get rid of this real quick and just see, because just making sure that everything scale-wise feels pretty good. You probably want, like, there's definitely enough room to put at least one farm inside of your outpost when you place it. So, that's a thing. Oh my goodness. I messed around with the colliders last night, and I introduced this weird like glitch when you run into rocks and different things that you'll end up just going on top of entire objects like instantly, or glitching through the ground. So that's definitely on the docket, but I just wanted to see. I'm gonna do our wall defense. Cool. So just because I put that market there, I kind of want to keep that kind of like over this way a little bit. Yeah, cool. Okay. I mean, there's actually a lot more room. So, let's just get rid of some of these trees. Awesome. Cool. And we don't really care about these other resources right now. I already placed a market. Again, I need to put a back button and do that. But we have a monastery, so this is kind of like a church type thing. Put your stuff in. Also, for when we have like curved ground, the placement will be able to move with the ground itself. And then we've got our little hut right there for the smithing. Just a random wall. Okay. Put our houses down now. We'll keep them, you know, like we can keep them kind of centralized to everything. And maybe even some fine-tooth controls too for this. Okay, cool. We got our small turret, so, you know, like defensively, I would probably put that here, and then maybe one here, and now we'll put our large shirts down. Those down right there, and then down, one down here. And now that we got those down, just put our gate in for goodness sake, we need our gate. So again, like my rotation could use a bit of like I gotta kind of be like really nitty-gritty there, but I think snapping is gonna help with that. Then we have our trade depot, so you know we probably want that pretty close. Also, the orientation of all these has got to change, and that's I think going to come from us. See how that looks. Nice. We got a little trade depot. Trade depot seems a bit out of place. A wood shed. So we might put this near, you know. So the wood sheds will be, you can like store resources there, but they're not necessarily going to be put into your global resources. You got to get back to the place that you're going to be using them at. So we'll just put like a little wood shed right here for, oh, yeah, whoops. No, yeah. I'd probably like, I don't know. I've gotta get the orientation stuff. That looks pretty nice, you know, like a little wood area, and then people can mine resources there. Market upgrade, so we have a bit of a better market. Let's see, where did I put the fish market? Ah, down there. So we'll just put this kind of near them. Cool. And then we have our granary. It's a big guy. So the granary is going to be what everyone puts their food in. You probably want that close to a market. And yeah, right. That looks good. And then we have our veg farm. So this definitely does take up a bit of space still. Like we don't really have all the space that we need. But we can at least put one veg farm in here that won't be destroyed instantly. I mean, it's a bit big. I might decrease that so you can at least do this. I think 2 would be, like, it's a bit ideal to not have some of these there. Oh man. It's almost like the moment I start falling is an issue. Well, okay. I mean, that looks pretty good so far. Can just kind of keep moving forward with all this. I am going to see what I'm going to eat though, because I definitely am a bit hungry. Hello. I'm screaming. Okay. So, we are currently okay. So what I need to do is like get rid of a resource when something has been selected. So I was thinking about maybe handling this in, well, so this is the building UI manager, and this doesn't have really like, it knows what number it's selecting, but it doesn't drive functionality from it. So maybe what we do is like, is so let me go to my resources real quick. My resource manager. So, okay. So I set up just a cool. So we do have our building construction right here. Oh, this is why I created a scriptable object. So that we can say that each thing, whatever that thing is, has a cost to it. So let's look over at our scriptables, our scriptables. We go into our buildings. We go into just go to our market real quick, and we'll look at resource building interact. Okay, so it's going to be our market. Building needs. Okay, so a house, let's say, needs 5 wood. There's no food cost, no gold cost, and like 5 wood, 5 stone. That seems fair. Market. So you should have, we'll look at our inventory. Just see what we can put into our inventory. Because without the market, you're not going to be able to build the thing. And this will be the first tier market. Second tier, you're going to need a lot more. 1, 2, 3, 4. So for market, let's just say it's going to cost. Well, it's definitely going to cost some food. So we'll say 5 food. Wood, it's going to cost 3. We'll say just we'll keep things at 5. The monastery, you're going to need 5 gold. Again, these are all base things. 5 wood, 5 food, stone, 5 stone. This is like your upgrade building. Should take a little bit from everything. Small market. Yeah, we'll do 5500 for 5500 market. We will do 50. And wood cost will cost us 75. Gold, we'll ask for 20. And stone, we'll ask for 50 as well. Again, these are like first level ones. This is more like a second tier, like market. Up to and okay. So smithing's definitely going to cost 20. Stone is going to cost 50. Say 50 stone. So by the time you can do smith, no. Stone, say is, so would cost yeah. So we're gonna say Okay. So I'm going to and I just don't feel very productive today. I am not in a very productive mood. I haven't gotten very much done today. I think it's because I was literally up till like 4:30 ish last night. Okay, so we're gonna be jumping in the chat with some peeps. Hello, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Can you
I-
hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Does my mic sound any better?
I think you and Polly got new mics, and both of them sound so muffled.
Really?
At least on through Discord.
Oh man. No.
I mean, because I'm watching your stream through through Xbox.
Does it sound muffled through Xbox?
No,
Oh, okay. Does it sound good on there?
as far as I can tell, yeah.
Okay, cool. I just want to make sure that that isn't messed up for sure. We'll have to see what's going on with this. I wonder if I'm still using the old mic because you have to go in and like change your user settings for everything. And then when I jump over, oh yeah, my input device. Here we go. Is this better?
That sounds better.
Yeah. Okay, I'll show you. Look at Twitch real quick. I'll show you the mic I got.
You're breaking in and out so bad I can hardly hear any word you are saying.
Like right now
Right now, yes, through Discord.
through Discord.
Yeah.
It's probably because I'm
So bad I can hardly hear any word you are saying.
like right now. It's probably. Oh, you know what? I know what's going on here. Give me 1 second. Let me go back into settings. God damn it.
Now it's clear.
Oh, really? Like right now it's good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because on the TV it sounds good. So I think what it is trying to connect through Discord and trying to do the live stream as well. So it's like, I don't know.
Yeah, I could see that being an issue. Um, so, okay. You're on Twitch right now?
I'm watching something through Mixer. I don't know.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I am on Mixer. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. God,
I think it's through Mixer.
I do the multi-stream, so I stream everywhere at once. But this is the mic I got. If you can, let's see if it'll.
Okay, I can see it on your head. It looks good.
Oh no, not on my head. That's my headphones that I've had
Oh,
forever. It should be showing up. There's just a bit of a lag between.
oh, I know.
Yeah, you see the mic now?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah. So it's pretty nice. Like I mean, it's omnidirectional, or I can set it to a directional pass. So what, like the audio can go and like directionally pick up my voice, and try to block out some of my key typing
Okay.
and mouse and stuff like that. Plus, I mean, like, I don't know if you can hear the quality difference, but it definitely sounds a lot better than my other mic.
Oh yeah.
So, but okay, I'm gonna run through.
Yeah, you should probably do it pretty quickly because Paulie's already on Xbox.
Okay. Yeah, I'm doing it. I'm doing it quick.
Okay.
So,
And I figured out my controller thing.
oh really?
The controller I was trying to connect needs updates through Xbox. So I just connected my newer controller to my computer, which that one worked fine.
Okay. So, this is just this is kind of another building type environment, but for me to test the player loop in. So this is not like, what game is going to look like or anything like that, other than like how it plays out.
Okay.
So I improved the walking so that, see how like he's turning around. Before it was like whatever direction I'm starting to go in, it automatically goes in that direction. So
Okay.
now it's a little bit more smooth, and like it just feels a little bit nicer. I do need to still make some adjustments to this, because like if I see how like quickly he turns when I do this, when you'll see it in just a minute. But
All right, I see that.
oh, okay, nice. Yeah, see how quickly he turns, like running back and forth.
Do you think that's too quick?
Like, yeah, I think that's too quick, and he needs to be able to, like, if you're walking forward and then you're going to be doing like a turn, okay, you're not going to just do like an instant turn. You're probably going to walk like this, like make an arc.
Okay.
So I'm going to change that little mechanic up, but for right now it feels a little bit nicer, and it makes it easier for me to place things down on the world. Let me see. I'll build a defensive wall, and I got to create like a snapping mechanism for this and stuff like that.
1 second, I gotta mute Paulie. He's doing some weird fucking noises in the chat.
Yep.
There we go.
I can't even hear him.
He's not on this chat. He's on the
Oh, gotcha. So like now here's like what an outpost would look like, and then we got to go in and kind of clear out some of the space, some of the resources that are here. So let's just get rid of some of these, pick up some wood. We'll get rid of these cherries as well, because we don't need them, but we need some food. Pick up the food, gold. There we go. And I'm just going to get rid of the rest of the trees real quick. so we have some space to put stuff down. Whoops. Okay, so this is a bit of a bug, but it is
I'm
what
not
it
quite
is.
there yet.
Oh my god. Like if I run into a tree or like start attacking a tree or anything like that, if I'm like too close, for some reason it just lets me directly go over
Oh.
the tree. Because like every time I swipe or do an attack, it takes a good minute. Like, or my character shifts forward.
Okay.
So you know we'll build some houses here, build some more houses because you know we want to get lots of people coming into our little area. And then we'll put like some small turrets at the gate.
Now, is
Yeah.
it going to be an instant build?
No, it's gonna definitely take time. I've been thinking about it being an instant build. I don't know. How do you feel? What do you feel about it?
It depends on how quick you want your matches to be.
I mean, they're gonna be a long time, man.
Then you should at least have them like certain buildings at different times.
And then we can do. See, like, so my take on it is like
Well,
you
I
wouldn't
wouldn't do
be able
anything more than a minute.
to. Yes. Uh, so my take on this is like the amount of time it takes to gather the resources for each one of these is enough build time.
For instant.
Yeah, for instant. That's my take. Because like so for this market, for example, I would have had to go around, get about 10 more resources of food and wood, and then I'd be able to build it. Like, and if you think about how like art kind of plays out in that manner too, like
Yeah, but if
treat
somebody goes a different route, sorry, if somebody goes a different route and does farming and stuff, they don't have to go out and gather those resources. They can have the farm right there and have the resources right then and there. So, therefore, they could have those resources in their base and they could build theoretically as many as they want.
yeah, they definitely could.
So I feel like there should be some kind of like timing on it. I'm not saying long at all. Like what I said, like probably no longer than a minute or so. I mean, depending on how long in the matches you are considering them to be. I mean, take StarCraft for instance. Buildings take
this
like
isn't this is
games.
not an RPG in that manner. Or sorry, an RTS in that manner.
How's this not a real-time strategy?
Like same way Ark isn't. But it is.
Well, I mean, even in Ark, you have to sit there and construct.
Oh,
and it
okay.
takes time for you to construct stuff.
I didn't
Your
know that.
Yeah, you in your building menu. I mean, yes, you go gather resources, and with that stuff, I mean, you gather your resources, and in that game, you build everything brick by like, I guess, your foundation piece by piece. I mean,
Yes,
if you want a
I
six
have
by
some
six
pre-made
foundation,
things.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, since you have a pre-made thing, you could have it like a minute build time or whatever. So
Yeah.
that way you can go do something else in the minute time. But like with Ark, you're building each an individual thing, and I'm thinking, depending on what it is, depending on the material it is, depending on what you're building it in,
Mm-hmm.
it varies in different times. But it's no each individual thing to construct doesn't take longer than a minute.
Okay.
I know because I was just playing it not like a little bit ago. So I was constructing a spear. It needed fiber, thatch, flint. I'm thinking I don't know if I needed it. It might be wood or thatch. I don't remember off the top of my head.
Okay.
But regardless of the fact, I was constructing 3 of them at one time. Well, not at one time. They do individually, but it's still stacked up.
Mm-hmm.
My guy starts slowing down because he's building stuff while he is moving. And it probably took maybe 5 to 10 seconds to build each one of those.
Okay. So I like what you're talking about there in the sense that like, okay, like I have this outpost ring. Like, yes, I want this structure, but maybe have them go up to each section and build those sections along the path.
Oh, you mean like the ring?
Yeah, so the ring, like I think this is a
Yep.
prime example of that. Make them go around and build the entire ring.
Yeah. So is this like a long-lasting game like Ark?
Yeah, I definitely.
Okay.
But
Okay,
like
so it's
I
gonna be a
call it a
server
real-time
base.
strategy because like in the sense that like there's resource management in not like okay, you think StarCraft, okay? So this
Yep.
is technically like this first ring is like your command outpost. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And or let's just say this market is the command outpost, okay? Um, you have to now gather resources, which are like your minerals and your foods, like kind of like Age of Empires,
Uh-huh.
and you have to bring them back and start getting into more like city building type stuff because like people will live here and you're gonna lay stuff out and you might like put individual walls and things down to separate stuff and roads and whatnot along the way, but you're gonna be this first person view. Or sorry, this third person view. And then there's other empires that are out there, uh,
Uh-huh.
NPC empires or real people, whatever, that are doing the same thing and fighting for resources along the way. And then you can either like destroy the empire, or you can, um,
Yeah.
you know, like it's
Form
it's a mixture
alliance.
of these
Yep.
things. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You can form alliances, break alliances, talk to other people, destroy
Yeah.
them, betrayed them. Yep, gotcha.
So like
Infiltrate their system, basically, if you really wanted to.
exactly. So
Now, is this like a team-based thing where you could have a couple people working on the same empire, or is it just going to be
yes,
you working on
but
one
somebody's
empire?
going to be the king, regardless. And
Well,
then
yeah, there's always a tribe leader
yeah,
or like
somebody's going to be the
a team
king,
leader.
and then the rest are going to be the people at like the round table. So, like, I mean, it's coming right along.
I just sent a text. Don't worry about that.
Okay. So yeah, it's coming
But-
right along.
Yeah, it is. It looks like you got quite a bit of stuff going on there. So, I know you're going with this oval base here.
Circle.
Well, circle, yeah. If you do it to where you build each spot individually, it's probably going to end up being. It's not going to be a circle.
Oh no. What I would do is say, here's like your temp placement of the circle, and now now you have to start going up to each section and building out that section for the circle.
Yeah.
And you're not placing anymore. You're getting resources building that.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like, here's think Fortnite, okay? And you know those structures that you have to build real quickly on the maps? Yep.
Yep.
Something like that, where it's like,
Where it can be placed. It has like an attachment placed on it
exactly.
if you really want it.
Yep, it shows you.
That's like similar to like Arc. Like I know I'm not like because they have the placements where you can in Arc instead of like you can well like in Fortnite you can only build it on top of it and like or on the like on the side of it so it's only like a certain placement.
Uh-huh.
So in Arc you can put it like have it attached to it, but first you have to build like foundation strips or whatever, or found a fence foundation if you're building a wall, quote unquote wall.
Yeah.
But what I'm trying to get at there is it automatically attaches to the next thing, and the way you move like if you're looking at it a certain way, it can either go like basically parallel with it, it can go at a 90-degree angle, it can go at a like a 45-degree angle to where you can get that circle motion going on.
Yes, and I do need to create some sort of control system like that. I just don't. I'm not like there, you know.
Yeah. Are you gonna do that with roads as well? I'm assuming you can build roads so you can travel quicker between empires.
Yes, yes. Um, so you're only going to be able to build roads if you have a trader that has gone from a kingdom and back. That will create like a
Okay.
dirt road or a beat down path, and then
Okay.
from there you can start using your engineers to go down the road and improve it. But engineers can get killed off by monsters and things like
Yeah.
that. So if you're either not protecting them or sending your armies for protection along the way, that's going to be a bit of a thing.
Okay. What was my other thought? My other thought on this was since you can, is it like an open world where you can build wherever you want?
Yes.
Okay. So with that being said,
but there are
can you
already
create-
established kingdoms that are spawned in randomly. So if you come across a spawned in kingdom and you start building
Yeah.
your empire next to it, you're going to get pwned.
You're gonna get okay, yeah.
You know, like
Yes. So
there-
you're gonna
so-
want to strategically build your base.
yes,
But
near
with that being
resources that
said-
you need.
Well, I'm in my head, if I was a king or whatever, and I have an alliance, let's say we have a square map. I'm in the bottom left corner, and it's sectioned off in 4 sections.
Mm-hmm.
And hypothetically speaking, everyone's in alliance with each other. Or like we are just one square map, like okay, we are one square in the 4 squares, but in that one square that I'm particularly talking about, I am in an alliance with those 4 people. So there is 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever, 4. Yeah, 4 times 4. So there's 16 empires in the map that I'm talking about.
Yes.
But I'm only talking about the 4 in my corner. So I'm in alliance with all of them. So what if I wanted to build a trade center in the center of that 4 square thing to where we could just send stuff to that spot, similar to the granaries in Caesar, in like the game Caesar,
Yep.
to where it can store stuff and then you can go and send stuff to where you want it to go.
Yes.
So I could do that.
Yeah, but it would be unprotected. So if you protected
Well, I
it,
mean, you could build turrets and stuff there, couldn't you?
Yeah, you can. So like if if you just build it there, like it's going to get destroyed by the natural inhabitants of the world.
Okay.
Even though there's like no, there might not be any enemies nearby. Like the AI is going to just start going for things like that. You know what I mean?
Okay.
It's not like because you don't want to. You can't just build willy nilly sometimes, you know. But if you strategically defend it, yeah, you'll be okay.
Okay.
And basically, I've got two forms of AI. One is the AI for the
So
kingdoms.
are these? Well, first of all, so you said that these are going to be ongoing games similar to Ark. So, is there actually like a victory in this game?
I mean, not really.
Okay. Because I mean, if you're putting in AI after you destroy the AI, what's the point of the game after you?
Well, AI or people, but like there's one form of AI that's always going to be there, and it's
What
going to
if
be the
somebody takes it out?
goblins. Because you're all
What if you
every
take
single
down
night you
somebody?
are attacked by goblins.
Okay.
Like you have to defend your kingdom every
Okay.
single night, just like Kingdom Newlands.
Okay.
So, like that's what makes it hard to expand is because you're always constantly defending and having to repair and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And so you like every single night, like if you're not at your kingdom and you're out and about, you could get killed.
Alrighty.
Just it like also like it might not be as intense as like Kingdom Newlands where they're just like you have nowhere else to go. Like they're not seeking you out; they're seeking your kingdom
Yeah.
out.
Well, see, I don't know. The problem I've had with games like Art, like any kind of game where you have this open server where you can have these tribe stuff, there's always going to be an alpha person, alpha tribe in the. It's no matter how you put, however you try to put it, there's always going to be an alpha tribe
Mm-hmm.
or alpha kingdom in this situation that will be able to control everything no matter what, because they're either gonna have enough players where they can just steamroll everyone, or they're just gonna be strategically positioned to where they can do anything, like can
Yeah.
do everything. So how can you make it so the game does not get like that, to
Well, the
where
alpha
you
tribes
actually
are going to
have
get
to work
attacked.
together?
The alpha tribes are going to get attacked heavier by the AI.
Well,
The bigger your kingdom, the harder it is to survive. You'd think it'd be the opposite, but it's not. You're not on the AI's radar. Like think of it like how have you seen Princess Manioko?
no.
Okay, well, basically the premise of that is humans are building up and they're destroying the forest spirits, and the forest spirits fight back against the humans. And like the more you destroy the land, the bigger your kingdom is, the more force the AI puts against you.
Okay.
So like
Now,
it's anti like growth in that sense. The AI is all about anti growth. They do not
wouldn't
want you to
that be
grow.
kind of challenging for processing aspect of the servers that will be hosting these games to identify who has the larger kingdom? If
It's based off
hypothetically
just a single
speaking,
value.
there's
You know what I mean? Like the kingdoms that are there. So like every time they're placing something, they get a point value towards their kingdom, and whoever has the most points is going to get wrecked.
Wouldn't it just be one big if-then statement? If this number, then this
Yeah,
much resistance.
it like it's using like like a slider value, so that as you're like like okay, think of it like barotrauma. Like you can go from like easy, medium, hard, extremely hard terrifying. Like it's just like a slider in that manner. Is the more points you get, the farther up you go up on that slider. And you might be able to defend, but it's going to take a lot of resources and effort to defend against that. It's not like an easy task.
Now, here's my question. If somebody focuses on the war aspect and not the trading aspect,
Yep.
how do the people who are focusing on trading defend against that after they've been just attacked over the night and now their defenses are down? And the person who's been then building up on the war aspect has an advantage because they have had the military advancements to where they can protect through the night and go attack in the morning.
I would think that it would be a set of prerequisites that you have to meet for army size and whatnot before you can build to that large of a system. But maybe that's the first thing I thought of when you asked that.
I could see something like that. Because, like,
I mean, if it's an open world, they can travel wherever. So,
Yeah.
I mean, somebody could, your next empire over, I mean, they can just sit there and just get a large enough army. Instead of doing the farming, like the trading aspect, they could just farm the resources needed to build characters and then just send them out to neighboring empires and just screw them over. And then once they're done with that section, they can go to the next section, build an empire there, destroy all the resources in that empire and the one that they just messed up in because those people left the game, and move on to the next one. Because, I mean, I'm just thinking
yeah.
of what would actually happen to me. Then
Yeah,
I know
yeah.
exactly that this would happen to me.
I could see. I mean, like, I'm not sure how necessarily to manage that aspect of it, other than possibly going in, like, because you can't penalize people for doing actions in a game too much. So is it like a tricky area? Because people are going to just feel I don't know, like, cheated out of their victory if the AI like responds in a manner like that. But I mean, like, I could definitely see if somebody's going out and attacking like two kingdoms and they've taken them down. I could see the AI being triggered and attacking pretty hard on their kingdom because, well, they
So
it's a
similar to the
mitigation of
points
growth. So there's
similar to the points that you give to the people who are actually building and trading, you could give points to war, like war advancements, expansion, whatever you want to call it.
Yes. So, like, yeah, expansion I think is the biggest thing. Like, you could keep a relatively tiny place, or like keeping war on the minimum could end up being beneficial because it's showing a cohabitance.
Hey, can we talk about this on Sea of Thieves?
Yeah.
Since I've been looking at the same screen for the past like 5 minutes here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I did have a question on that before you stop.
Yeah.
Could you make it so you have, let's say you do take over 3 kingdoms, right?
Yeah.
And then the size, let's say those 3 areas can accumulate to be 1 kingdom if you take them all over. But the size of each independent one the tier that it's at for size has a controlled population. So let's say you take it from tier 1 to tier 2, you can have this many more people in your population. And then over a cumulative, those 3 kingdoms, a cumulative area to people ratio can infer how many enemies you have on your kingdom. Because if you do have war, your population is going to go way down,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
That just kind of popped in my mind.
yeah. I could
A lot
see
of math.
something using the total amount of people and stuff that you have um, as a measurement for your expansion and growth. I think that there does need to be a bit of a safety net in there somewhere that like doesn't let people game it the system because I like what I could see happening is like, oh well, if I want to expand, all I need to do well, actually, you bring up a good point earlier. Is that like you can't expand farther unless you have X amount of people.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, like keeping that, like just managing and maintaining growth throughout. The stronger somebody becomes, the more difficult the game becomes for them. Because this is about survival and like thinking of Don't Starve. Like, yeah, the first couple days, maybe even the first week isn't so bad. Uh, you start getting longer, and it's like, man, like this is, I like, I'm starting to die out, or like I'm just not able to like keep my kingdom or myself alive in that manner, you know.
Mhm.
And I don't know. I have to definitely see how this turns into the multiplayer aspect too, because like I don't know if this is necessarily going to be like a server like Ark, in the sense that like you've got these people that are doing this type of thing. Like
I wouldn't mind a game to where like your game to be where it's not as big as Ark, like where the game is ongoing. I mean, I could see it being like, oh, hey, you have a game that lasts a week or whatever, like that you mine out in a week. Or you can do have the ongoing games to where Ark, like it's similar to Ark, but have the people. It would be kind of hard to do it this way. Have different like game modes to where like, oh, it's only going to be PVE, where like it's just us going to be versing the AI
yeah, yeah,
and not versing each other. And
yeah,
then you can have those other servers where, hey, like I I want to put like do PvP and PvE, which is what I think Ark lacks because there's no actual like AI attacking you in that game besides like, dinosaurs obviously.
yeah. But
But
they're more like NPCs just Neanderthaling around. They don't have
yeah,
objectives or
I wish there
these
was like
goals.
a NPC that actually like built up an empire and stuff and you had to like attack or something.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, there are caves and dungeon. Well, some weren't dungeons, but
Yeah,
Well, I'm
we'll
gonna
we'll
jump
have to
on
see.
the Xbox console or chat.
Yeah, I
So
need to stop my stream. I'm gonna change my channel, and then we'll be good to go.
okay. I'm already on Sea of Thieves, well,
Okay.
loading it up. So
Thanks for watching, guys. I will be switching over to Sea of Thieves, and you can watch from there. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. I know we didn't get quite too much done today in terms of progress, but I think we buttoned up a couple of good things. So um, I'll be back on tomorrow at 12, and we can kind of go from there. I'll catch you guys later, and if you want to check out Sea of Thieves, just follow along. So thanks.